Welcome back. It is Tuesday, March 5th, 2024. We're going to do a little bit of a drive-in talk so I can do some errands at the same time. So you'll get to see my little drive. Today, I am on my way to the local MediaCom office to return a modem router combo unit that unfortunately we had to rent for a while we were using them as our main internet provider. Those of you who watch our channel frequently may remember a couple weeks ago we posted a video about the new internet. We switched to Surf. Surf is a new provider in our area. They were able to provide the same speeds that MediaCom was providing to us. Same speeds in theory. I'll get back to that. And their prices were $100 a month cheaper. And it came with 2 Eero devices. Technically, it comes with 2. Realistically, it comes with 1. Eero devices are they are basically range extenders for your Wi-Fi. So it was a little misleading there. The Eero devices, how it works is the one is your main source of the internet. It is your Wi-Fi provider. And then the other one is the range extender. Whereas like a Google Wi-Fi setup, that sort of thing, or if you were buying the Eero devices on your own, you just buy them and you plug them into your modem, and then you have 2 devices that can give you Wi-Fi range extended. So this, you only get 1 to use as the extender, but that's okay. I said we'll get back to the speeds later. So with MediaCom, they advertised a gigabit connection, which is fast, yes, but we didn't really get a gigabit connection that frequently. The speeds would ebb and flow quite a bit, and 20% loss they said was normal. 20% loss takes you down to like 800 megabits per second, which to me is quite a bit of a loss. That's not acceptable. But at the time, they were the only provider that provided that sort of speed. And they would frequently, and by frequently I mean probably once a month or more, have internet outages. And obviously that's not good either. But yeah, so I am at my first destination, so I will go ahead and stop and I'll be back in a sec. All right, I'm back. Sorry about that. So yeah, constant outages, that's not good. All that good stuff. Outages especially aren't good when you're trying to do like trips and stuff like that, and all of your security cameras work on the internet or rely on the internet. So yeah, kind of frustrating, but again, they were the only internet that provided fast speeds. Outside of them, our option for the longest time had been Frontier, which had 20 megabits per second, which is not the greatest. It's still fast, don't get me wrong, but it's not the greatest. So along comes Surf, and they just hit everything exactly like we needed or wanted, and that's where we are today. And so far, everything has gone relatively smoothly. There was a little bit of a hiccup on the initial install. They came out and it was right after one of the few days we actually got some snow to do an install. Super quick turnaround from the time we said told them that we were interested in them until they're actually installing it. I think we tried to schedule it on a Friday, and then that Monday or something, it was a few days turnaround. It wasn't even a full week, but they came out, and the cable, it's a fiber optic cable, I believe, it was not ran underneath the sidewalk, and it needed to go from the connection spot to our house. And the technician that does the install is not the same group of people that does the cable bearing. So unfortunately, we were unable to get it installed that day. And then the people came out literally a day or two later and buried the cable. But it didn't get updated in their system that the cable had been buried underneath. So it went a couple weeks before we finally called, asked them how much longer it's going to be. We told them that the cable was already ran, and then after that it was a quick turnaround again. And then of course it took a few days after the install to have the final cable buried as well. And overall, you can't really tell that they did anything at all. So that's good. And we have been, other than the annoyances that comes with getting a new internet provider and a new router and new Wi-Fi hotspots and everything, and reconnecting everything and putting the new password into everything. Overall, it's been a fairly good experience. The internet's been doing fantastically. Yeah, and it's great. And it's fast, and we're consistently getting the fast speeds. Now, I do want to make sure that I am emphasizing the fact that I do know that the Wi-Fi speeds aren't going to be the gigabit speed. That's not what I'm talking about with the speeds. I have things that are hardwired directly to it, such as our TV and our Xbox. Those are getting the speeds that they are supposed to be getting now, whereas before they weren't. And the connection is the same distance away as they always have been. So that is good. With the Wi-Fi speeds, we're averaging around 500 megabits per second, give or take. It fluctuates depending on the weather and where you are in the house, and if the microwave's running or the stove is on. We have an induction stove top, and I don't know for sure if that interferes with the Wi-Fi signal when you're out in the kitchen near it, but it sure seems like it does. But again, it could just be entirely in my head. But yeah. So enough about Wi-Fi. I am proud of myself. I had to make that last stop to Mediacom to drop off the router, modem, whatever. And then I was going to go grab a quick bite and a soda from some fast food joint, Arby's or Taco Bell, depending on where the lines were. But I decided against it, mainly because I was talking and recording this video, and I didn't want to be a fat kid while I'm recording a video for my weight loss journey. So yeah, see, your guys' motivation helps. Save me a few calories there. But yeah, I am hungry though. I have not had anything to eat, and I've only had 2 of the liquid IV packets in my water with all the water I've drank today. So I've had a total of 90 calories and roughly 100 ounces of water. And as we talk, a St. Rosen's Baking Company food truck is driving by. Yeah, great. I love bread. But yeah, so that's that. We can just continue talking while we are driving home now. Storm clouds in the sky. It did storm a little bit earlier. At work, I am literally in the center of a factory on a second level, and so there are no windows to outside anywhere near me. I couldn't tell you if it was daylight or night time out at any given time. We did get a couple notifications that there was lightning nearby, but with all the noise of the factory as well, we didn't hear any like heavy rain or anything like that. And so that's unfortunate because I love storms. But it doesn't even look like it stormed super hard. I don't see like any down limbs, and the road is not flooded over with puddles everywhere. Everything still looks pretty dry, honestly. I mean, you can tell that there was rain, but either the ground needed the water super bad or it didn't rain for that long. But it looks like we might get a little bit more, and that's good because I love thunderstorms. I love tropical storms. I love tornadoes, hurricanes. On our first Disney cruise, I wanted so badly to see a big storm out in the ocean, and I fell asleep while my brothers watched a thunderstorm out on our little veranda, little, whatever you want to call that. Watching the storm at night, so you're in the middle of the ocean, and it's pitch black, and the only time you see any light is when the lightning strikes, and it lights up the sky, and the rain is just downpouring, and I missed it. The last cruise we went on, we did get to see some storm stuff, not anywhere to that extent, and almost always you could see lightning in the sky out in the distance at night, as long as you're out away from land, because you can see forever. So we did get to see quite a bit of lightning. And our first cruise, we also got to see some rain while we were on the island, on the beach, which was nice. It wasn't anywhere near long enough to be really enjoyable, but it was also good because it didn't stop people from enjoying their time. But I really want to see an actual tropical storm, be in a tropical storm, watch all that rain, all that good stuff. But maybe this next cruise coming up here, we'll see it. Again, hurricane season is when we do our cruising, because that is the cheapest time to do cruising. And this year, hurricane season is supposed to be a good one. Obviously, the cruise companies do a great job of going around the hurricanes when they are able to. Sometimes the storms just pop up, but most of the time they are keeping an eye on the radar and able to see ahead of time that they need to avoid areas. So I wouldn't be surprised if we get a little bit of a detour or have to skip a port or something, and I am not going to be saddened by that if that's the case. But it'll probably mean we are going to have a little bit choppier waters than normal for normal cruises, which I'm okay with. I love that stuff. But the rest of my family didn't handle it so well last time. A couple of them, the motion of the ocean was getting to them a little bit, some more than others. So that'll be fun. But I am super looking forward to it. It cannot come quick enough. As you can probably tell, it's getting a little bit dark here. So we are driving underneath the storm cloud. So that's cool. And there are raindrops starting to hit my windshield. So, yay, rain! But yeah, the cruise itself is 195 days away. And then we leave a couple days before that. We leave on Friday. The cruise is on a Monday, takes off on a Monday. And yeah, again, It can't come soon enough. I am so ready for the cruise. Obviously not body shape or size ready yet, but mentally I am ready and waiting. And then we're going to be getting our next cruise scheduled as well. On top of that, that'll be a 2025 cruise. We're looking at going on the Disney Treasure for a 7-night cruise, probably to the Western Caribbean. We'll see how that lines up with our schedule. We did the Eastern Caribbean last year, and it was okay. But the ports would be the exact same if we went on an Eastern Caribbean again, which I'm not sure everybody wants to do the same ports, even though you'd be on a different ship, which would be a completely different experience. So try the Western Caribbean. The Western Caribbean cruise, though, is more port days, so it's less of a relaxed cruise, whereas the Eastern Caribbean is more at sea days, fewer port days, and it's more relaxed because of that. You get more ship time to just relax and enjoy yourself. But I am going to go ahead and call it. Probably won't check back in tonight. So this will be the last to hear from me tonight. And then I will see you tomorrow. And depending on how people like this, heck, I might do this more often, because this is a pretty nice way to get the recording done. If something major does happen while I'm home, then I will definitely get on and update you, or include it in tomorrow's update. But if not, then it's great talking to you, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye.